ay meron ng 20 programs sa iba't ibang programa ng GMA7, ABS-CBN at TV5 for the past 15 years ang pinatawag ng Mtrcb. Hello mga kamarites! Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's me again, Winston Geladera, ang iyong kamarites. Bago pa naman pinatawag ng Mtrcb ang It's Showtime sa recent issue nila Vice Ganda at Ayon Perez sa pagkain nila ng icing cake gamit ang kanilang mga daliri. Sa Isip Bata segment ng It's Showtime ay meron ng 20 programs sa iba't ibang programa ng GMA7, ABS-CBN at TV5 for the past 15 years ang pinatawag ng Mtrcb. Gusto niyo bang malaman mga kamaritas ang buong detalye at ang anong mga programa ang pinatawag ng Mtrcb for the past 15 years? Panoorin natin ito.
Number 1, Pinoy Big Brother. Abs-Cbn's reality show Pinoy Big Brother is also a big winner when it comes to grabbing the attention of the Mtrcb. In fact, there are 3 reported instances that the Mtrcb called the attention of KAPAMILYA executives in the last 3 editions of the Pinoy TV show. In June 2014, the Mtrcb imposed strict rules on Pinoy Big Brother, all in following a controversy that involved housemate Jamie Halandoni posing nude for a painting. PBB All In issued a public apology, as ordered by the Mtrcb, through TV Patrol. Number 2, in June 2015, Mtrcb co-chairperson Ricardo Salomon Jr. ordered Pinoy Big Brother 737 executives to attend a developmental conference concerning children's rights and protection. The alleged bromance of Bailey Mai and Kenzo Gutierrez was being talked about by viewers. The two boys, dubbed as the Kenley Tandem, were seen being touchy-feely towards each other in PBB's 24/7 live streaming. In July 2015, Mtrcb ordered PBB 737 to enter in a strict and close collaboration with the regulatory board, as the resolution stated that certain scenes in the show offended the sensibilities of the viewing public. Aside from Kenzo and Bailey's alleged bromance, other instances that were cited in the resolution were the huddling together and engaging in flirtatious talks and actions among male and female housemates, the indecent proposal by housemate Ryan, James Bacala, to his co-male housemate if the latter could be his mistress, and the interaction with non-Muslim males and lack of privacy of a young Muslim woman. Mtrcb also ordered the show's afternoon edition PBB 737 Gold to elevate its classification rating from PG to SPG, or Strong Parental Guidance. Number 3, in August 2016, during the teen edition of Pinoy Big Brother Lucky Pito, Mtrcb summoned the show after Rita Gaviola, more popularly known as Bajaw Girl, cried after seeing housemates playing with her underwear. The housemates eventually apologized for their behavior. Albay's 2nd District Representative Joey Salceda appealed to government agencies, including the Mtrcb, to take appropriate action after the incident. The Mtrcb responded to Governor Salceda's concern and called upon the show's executives for a meeting about the incident. According to Mtrcb's letter, factors that were considered before taking action on the incident were Rita's age, gender, and the representation that she belongs to an indigenous group. Number 4, Chris Bernal's ongoing afternoon drama series Impostora was one of the recent teleseries to be summoned by Mtrcb. This was revealed by the show's director Albert Langitan during a set visit with Pep.ph and other reporters. He disclosed that the reason for the meeting was the daring love scenes of Chris and leading man Rafael Rosel. At the end of the dialogue, the show's production team and Mtrcb were able to resolve the issue and agree on the terms. Number 5, The Better Half. Last February 2017, a week after The Better Half aired its pilot episode, former Mtrcb board member Mocha Uson used her video blog to voice out her complaint about the show's bed scenes. One scene in The Better Half showed the character of Denise Laurel on top of Carlo Aquino while making love. Mocha described the bed scene by saying, "Ang haba ng halikan." Mayroon pang nakapatong yung babae sa lalaki. Mocha even accused the show and its network, Abs-Cbn, of abusing the SPG or strong parental guidance rating to air such scenes. After Mocha's complaint, the management had a dialogue with Mtrcb. The government agency reminded executives to be more cautious about airing such scenes. Number 6. Eat Bulaga. With this Pinoy TV show airing for 38 years, Eat Bulaga has not been spared by the watchful eyes of the Mtrcb. One recent instance happened in July 2016, wherein the board summoned the show for Senator Tito Sotto's controversial, victim-shaming, remark during the Juan for All for Juan segment. A female contestant, who is married, shared her story that she was allegedly abused by a drunk friend after a drinking session. This became the reason why her husband left her, even though she cannot remember what happened since she was drunk. Senator Sotto reprimanded her by saying, "Kababe mong tao, shut ka." His statement did not sit well with viewers, which prompted Mtrcb to call for a meeting with the show's executives. Even though Mtrcb only invited the program executives, Senator Sotto also attended Mtrcb's meeting with the show on July 21, 2016, to clarify his statements. According to him, his statement was taken out of context on social media. Number 7. Meanwhile, in September 2013, Mtrcb summoned Eat Bulaga and the defunct talk show The Riza May Show to attend a mandatory conference regarding alleged child-unfriendly scenes. One incident Mtrcb cited was, in Eat Bulaga's July 29, 2013 episode, a host spat juice into the face of child actress host Riza May Dizon. The government agency, then headed by attorney Toto Villarreal, said that the dialogue aimed to find out what caused the scene and what measures can be done to avoid the same incident to happen again. In the end, Mtrcb said that it reiterates its serious and urgent concern for the welfare of children, who are most vulnerable in media and entertainment. Number 8. On the Wings of Love. In January 2016, Mtrcb summoned the top executives of Abs-Cbn to discuss James Reid's striptease scene in the TV series On the Wings of Love, which top-billed him and love team partner Nadine Lustre. This was in connection to Philippine National Police, PNP, complaint about the improper use of the police uniform in television and movies for that matter. Attorney Villarreal said in his statement, the said episode portrayed actor James Reid doing a striptease while wearing a PNP General Office uniform, allegedly with a police badge and showing the rank of SPO4. According to a statement by PNP spokesperson CSUPT Wilben Mayor on or about January 14, 2016, the PNP uniform is sacred to policemen and policewomen, and the striptease scene of Reid XXX did not properly reflect a policeman's duty to enforce the law and assist citizens. Number 9. It's Showtime. Abs-Cbn's noontime show It's Showtime also had its own share of controversial moments that grabbed the attention of Mtrcb. Back in January 2010, when It's Showtime was still titled Showtime, there was a dance contest with different celebrities serving as guest judges. In its January 7 live episode, guest judge Rosana Rosas made a controversial remark on the air about teachers. This prompted the Mtrcb to impose a 20-day preventive suspension of the show, which started on January 12 that year. The move of the Mtrcb, then headed by Chairman Consoliza LaGuardia, did not sit well with Abs-Cbn. In an official statement, Abs-Cbn argued that it already imposed self-regulation by removing Rosana as a judge. The KAPAMILYA network also appealed to the Mtrcb to lift the suspension. The Court of Appeals granted a temporary restraining order on the show's suspension, saying that it appears that petitioners, Abs-Cbn, fundamental right to due process was blatantly transgressed by the respondent, Mtrcb. While Showtime was off the air, it was temporarily replaced by a show named Magpasikat, which featured celebrities performing special talents. However, in March 2010, Mtrcb imposed another 1-month suspension to both Showtime and Magpasikat, and even considered filing criminal charges against then-head of entertainment production Linggit Tan and other executives who were responsible for the violation. According to a statement from Abs-Cbn, the network was not surprised by Mtrcb's decision. The KAPAMILYA network also did not agree with the decision, which is why they plan to bring it to the office of the president. Showtime continued to air on television, since Mtrcb's decision is not yet final and executory. On September 2010, it was announced that Showtime won the case against Mtrcb, according to a resolution from the Court of Appeals. Number 10. Another incident happened 4 years later, in 2014, when Abs-Cbn already turned the show as the full-fledged noontime show It's Showtime. In August 2014, it was reported that Mtrcb called for a mandatory conference with its Showtime's executives and host Vice Ganda for alleged offensive and degrading scenes, aired in the July 28, 2014 episode of the show. According to the letter, signed by Mtrcb Hearing and Adjudication Committee co-chairperson Eric Malonga and committee members Bobby Andrews and Joey Romero, the challenge portion in the program's segment entitled Gandang Lalaki showed program host Mr. Jose Visceral aka Vice Ganda wiping off with a towel his sweaty armpit and smudged this towel all over the face of one of the program's male. At the end of the conference, Business Unit Head Riley Santiago admitted that there was a lapse in terms of the show's self-regulation. Vice and other people behind the show also attended a seminar about media and the legal profession in the context of both audience sensitivity and the administration of justice. Answers. Number 11. The most recent incident happened in October 2015. This time, Mtrcb summoned the noontime show's executives due to negative feedback against the Nasaan Ka, Mr. Pastillas segment featuring Angelica Jane, Miss Pastillas, Yap. The segment showcases Miss Pastillas' active search for a potential boyfriend among a number of suitors. In a letter dated October 1, the government agency summoned the show's executives to attend a meeting about gender sensitivity concerns. This was after the women's group Gabriela filed an official complaint against the segment. Signed by Mtrcb Chairman Toto Villarreal, the letter cited the regulatory body's 2012 memorandum that requires all TV networks to maintain a positive and non-derogatory portrayal of women in television, in support of Magna Carta of Women 2009. In a resolution signed by then Mtrcb Chair Attorney Toto Villarreal, its Showtime was imposed to adhere self-regulation with the segment to protect the rights of Miss Pastillas. The agency also reiterated that Miss Pastillas' outfits should be appropriate to the parental guidance rating of the show. Number 12. The Rich Man's Daughter. The Mtrcb summoned the executives of GMA7 LGBT-themed teleserye The Rich Man's Daughter for its July 8, 2015 episode. In a letter dated July 20, and signed by Mtrcb Chair Attorney Toto Villarreal, the show's executives were called to a mandatory conference because of a line blurted out by the character played by Katrina Halili. In the episode, Althea, Glyza de Castro, was seen confiding to Willa, Katrina, about how Jade, Rian Ramos, denied their relationship in front of Jade's grandfather. Willa then told Althea, ganyan talaga ang pakiramdam ng mga kabit. At saka pagkaharap ang pamilya, ay deny ka talaga, eh. The Mtrcb said that the line was only intended for mature audiences, and was beyond the parental guidance rating. Part of the letter read, the above quoted strong language in regard to marriage is obviously meant for a mature audience. Such sensitive language by its nature has to be explained to young viewers. If left unexplained, it cuts into the dignity and integrity of marriage, which is a protected institution under the Constitution. Under these considerations, the scene is beyond the program's granted rating of PG, parental guidance. Number 13. Party Pilipinas. Mtrcb ordered a 6-month probation of GMA7's defunct variety show Party Pilipinas for airing sexually charged scenes during its January 27, 2017 episode. The scene in question was the steamy dance number of Lovie Poe and Rocco Nachino during the show's opening production. The government agency ordered the KAPUSO network to issue a public apology, which the network followed. However, the probation did not last for 6 months since Party Pilipinas ended its run on May that year. Number 14. ASAP. Just like other long-running shows in this list, ASAP had its own share of encounters with the Mtrcb. One recent incident was Ann Curtis's 28th birthday production number where she did a wet performance of Ryan A's hit song, Diamonds. In the performance, aired in February 24, 2013, Ann wore a black strapless dress with a very high slit. Mtrcb called the attention of ASAP's executives to attend a dialogue to ensure gender sensitivity. Number 15. Bubblegang. GMA7's long-running comedy gag show Bubblegang was also not spared from the watchful eyes of the Mtrcb. In December 2013, the executives of Bubblegang, including actors Michael V and Rufa May Quinto, were called for a mandatory conference. The conference was in relation to an episode aired on November 29, 2013 which, according to the Mtrcb, showed discriminatory and derogatory portrayal of a woman. The segment in question was The Adventures of Susie Luwalhati, which featured Rufa May as Susie and Michael V as Birdie. The segment, which ran for almost 2 minutes, was about Susie who applied as a cook for Birdie. During the segment, Rufa May was seen wearing a sexy outfit and some scenes of the show were described as suggestive. On December 9, Rufa May, Michael V, and the show's executives attended the mandatory meeting. The show promised to submit proposed measures to ensure gender-sensitive content. Number 16. Pangako Sa'yo. Mtrcb called the attention of executives of the defunct teleserye Pangako Sa'yo for the use of foul language in the May 29 episode of the show. The episode in question, which happened 3 days after its pilot episode, featured a confrontation scene between Pilar Pilapil and Ian Veneracion. Benita, Pilar, confronted her son Eduardo, Ian, after he had a relationship with their cook Amor, Jody Santamaria, despite his engagement to Claudia, Angelica Panganiban. She told her son, kung pampalipas libog lang iyan, that's okay. Go ahead. Pangako Sa'yo, which was top-billed by Catherine Bernardo and Daniel Padilla, was placed at the 8:30 p.m. time slot, where kids and younger audiences are expected to be awake. Attorney Toto Villarreal explained in the letter, the above quoted strong language in regard to sex and the insinuation that it is okay to use a woman for the mere purpose of satisfying one's fleshly desires even if he is already engaged to marry another woman, are obviously meant for a mature audience. The scene, if left unexplained, also cuts into the dignity of the woman and the integrity of an impending marriage, which is a protected institution. For this reason, Mtrcb called the executives of the show for a mandatory conference to ensure self-regulation in the programs aired in the KAPAMILYA network. Days after the mandatory conference, a decision was released, saying that Pangako Sa'yo would be placed under a 3-month probationary period. On June 10, 2015, Abs-Cbn issued a public apology for the strong language used in the episode. Number 17. Till I Met You. In November 2016, Mtrcb called for a meeting with executives of the Jadin primetime series Till I Met You. The episodes in question were aired from October 25 hanggang 28, 2016. Viewers filed complaints about the steamy car love scene of James and Nadine aired on October 25 as well as the bathtub scene of the Jadin love team that aired in the succeeding episodes. While the October 25 episode carried a strong parental guidance or SPG rating, the other episodes only had a PG rating. The letter dated November 2, 2016 explained, considering that PRING and SPG ratings still admit the reality of having young audiences, the board shall expect you to present your side at the said conference which shall be before a committee particularly designated for the matter. The meeting did not sit well with some of the show's fans who accused the Mtrcb of selective censorship. However, Attorney Villarreal denied the accusations by pointing out that the Mtrcb does not intend to play a policeman, but to empower TV programs. He explained, for the conference next, we see it as more of a dialogue. Notwithstanding the fact that we have received through email, social media, and by monitoring conventional media certain reactions to several scenes. He also clarified that MTRCB appreciated that Till I Met You self-regulated itself by putting the SPG rating on its October 25 episode. Because our records show, in fairness to TIMY, Till I Met You, for the so-called car episode, they previously wrote the MTRCB, advising us that for that particular episode, that they will impose an SPG advisory with indicators for theme and for sex. He also acknowledged that the scenes in question were aired after 9 p.m., a prescribed time slot for shows with mature themes. Number 18. Maalaala mo kaya in 2012, Maalaala mo kaya's Cursed Beauty episode, featuring Jane Oineza and Angel Aquino, was initially given an X rating by the MTRCB, which means that it is not for public exhibition. This is the reason why MMK had to postpone its June 2, 2012 airing since it was submitted again for another review to the MTRCB. The MMK episode tackled a sensitive topic since Jane's character is a 15-year-old girl who is recurrently raped by her stepfather. Angel's character, who played Jane's mother, reportedly assisted her live-in partner while doing the act of rape. Almost a month later, in June 28, MMK finally aired the controversial episode with an SPG rating. The episode, which had the title Manika, proved Jane's acting prowess. The former child star received an acting nomination at the prestigious 2013 New York Festival's World's Best Television and Film. Number 19. Moon of Desire in 2014, Abs-Cbn produced an adult daytime drama series titled Moon of Desir, starring Meg Imperial, JC De Vera, Ellen Adarna, and Dominic Roque. It focused on the story of Ayla, Meg, a woman afflicted with hypertrichosis or abnormal hair growth. In an interview with Pep.ph, Philippine entertainment portal, during its press conference, Meg revealed that she shot a love scene with Dominic. However, it was not aired because of the MTRCB. Yung promo namin, may ginawa kami ni Dom na parang may love scene kami pero hindi pinakita. She narrated, weird siya kasi may buhok ako nung ginagawa namin. Sa playground namin ginawa kung saan may treehouse. Meg recalled, dapat nung trade launch, held last January, dapat isasama siya sa teaser pero ang MTRCB na check nila at pinaalis nila. It's not super malaswa, nakapatong and may kissing. Pinatanggal kasi siguro kasi pang TV. Si Direk FM Reyes, ginawa naman niya artistically pero siguro hindi pumasok sa standards ng MTRCB. Number 20. Willy in April 2011, Willy Revillame was involved in a controversy when he was accused of child abuse. The alleged child abuse happened during the March 12, 2011 episode of his TV5 show Willy. A 6-year-old boy named Jan did a macho dance routine in exchange for P10,000 from the TV host. The episode sparked criticisms from different sectors, causing advertisers to pull out. MTRCB, then headed by Senator Grace Polia Manzares, had a series of hearings with TV5 and the show's producers. In a Pep.ph report published in April 5, 2011, TV5 promised to impose self-regulations including stricter guidelines on appearance and performances of minors. However, at that point, the MTRCB had not decided yet on the sanctions to be imposed on Willy. Senator Poe explained in an interview with News to Go, alam mo, kaya nga pinag-aaralan natin dahil ayaw naming abusuhin ang aming kapangyarihan. Kasi, nasa board yan at nasa chairman kung ano ang paratang, mayroong fine, may suspension ng show, mayroong suspension ng network kung sakasakali. Ayaw nating humantong. Alam nating maraming dumedepende sa trabaho nila dito sa industriya. Pero dapat naman nating itama kung sakasakaling may nagkamali. In April 7, 2011, TV5, its lawyers, and host Willy attended another hearing with the MTRCB to defend themselves. According to TV5, the videos of the boy doing the macho dance routine that were posted on social networking sites were already edited, and clips were cut. Thus, it did not show the whole scene aired in that March 12 episode. The network also questioned MTRCB's objectives, explaining that 3 members of the MTRCB's panel belonged to a rival network, which they did not name. The statement also said that the rival network also aired dance numbers similar to what the boy performed on Willy, and these were also presented during the Mtrcb hearing. Lastly, TV5 pointed out that if Mtrcb plans to impose further regulations on Willy, the investigation should also involve all TV networks and the KBP, or Kapisanan ng Broadcaster ng Pilipinas. Days after the issue, in April 8 and without any decision yet from the Mtrcb, Willy announced on his live show that Willy would go off the air for 2 weeks. In his long statement, Willy said that Mtrcb planned to suspend them already until they showed videos of children dancing while wearing sexy outfits from programs of another station. He said, "Alam nyo, dapat suspended ang show. Suspended last night, April 7, ng 20 days to 30 days. May tumawag sa akin na Mtrcb sa desisyon nila. Pero ano ang nangyari? Naputo. Pinakita ho namin ang mga batang babaeng nagsasayaw sa gowan, bulilit na nakabra lang. Pinakita rin namin ang mga batang lalaki na nakalampan sa Showtime, na sumasayaw din ng katulad kay Jan Jan." In May 3, 2011, Mtrcb finally came to a decision regarding the case. They decided to suspend Willy for 1 month and allowed it to return on May 9, 2011. The suspension period already included the days Willy went off the air, which started in April 8, 2011. The letter of the Mtrcb explained the 2 violations that Willy committed. Isa. For violation of Section 3 Karapatang-Ari of PD 1986, the penalty of suspension for 1, isa. Month is hereby imposed on the program Willy, and crediting the period of its voluntary suspension, 2. The show is placed on probation, or on a per-episode permit basis. In May 14, days after the decision of Mtrcb came out, Willy Revillami's show returned to TV5 with a new title, Will Time Big Time.
Kung meron pa po kayong naalala na hindi po na-feature ko dito sa top 20, just comment down below mga kamarites at pag-usapan po natin yan sa comment section. And don't forget to click subscribe and click the notification bell para updated kayo sa aking mga upcoming videos. It's me again, Winston Geladera, ang iyong kamarites. Bye-bye!